First off, there was so much happening in this game as I sat there last night. We had bench clearers. We had guys coming out in the fourth inning, and I wanted to dive in because I'm sitting there, and I know at the deadline, they let Jorge Lopez go to the Twins. They let their man, Trey Mancini, walk to the Houston Astros, and they still said, hey, we are on this path. If it happens this year, so be it, but we have this path, and we're going to follow it. Well, no one told Brandon Hyde that, because with 4.5 games back in the wild card last night, as I was sitting there, we can get into it. Kyle Bradish, okay, he's on the mound. Now, according to Eric Nays, researcher to the Stars, I want to pause this real quick, because he said to me, DeRo, this is a bad matchup for him. He's got natural cut on his fastball. He's got reverse splits. What does that mean? Righties have a 910 OPS against Bradish. Lefties have a 683. Okay, so righties hit him better. What is Toronto Blue Jays lineup littered with? Right-handed hitters. Okay, Kevin Biggio right here. Set the tone. Top four. Pause this. 5-3 Baltimore. Run it. And he walks Kevin Biggio, and I'm watching this going, Brandon Hyde's going to the bullpen phone in the fourth? This guy has 15 consecutive scoreless innings. He walked into Minute Maid and threw 8 scoreless. He walked into Progressive Field and backed it up with 7 scoreless. So I'm sitting there going, if he's part of your future, part of your rotation, and you're building towards the future, fourth inning, we're getting Dylan Tate up. Now it's first and third, and he goes right to the bullpen, basically telling the Baltimore Orioles, this is our season. That's the way I took it. We can't go back 5.5 games or it's over. We have to win tonight, and you know what? As I sat there, did I agree with the move? I didn't at the time, sitting on the couch. I'm like, how are you going to cover all these outs? There's 26 games left. But, man, to be in the dugout and to fight with Brandon Hyde, if you're a player there, I know Kyle Bradish was probably hot, but Dylan Tate came in and got out of first and third, nobody out, and got out of it and then continued on. Cionel Perez, Felix Bautista, I mean, he unloaded his entire weaponry, and they were able to seal that game. I just thought it was interesting, and I want to see the rest of the season because he managed that like his life was on the line last night. And it's funny to me because you hear Smoltzy and Maddox and Glav, guys I used to play with, especially in that situation, him coming off 15 scoreless, if he's a part of your future moving forward and you're going to hopefully extend him and get starting pitchers to go deeper in this game, could have been a situation where you find out where Bradish is at. Now, he loads the bases, someone gaps one, I get it. You lose the game, season's probably over at 5.5, so kind of pick your poison. I just thought it was unbelievable to see Brandon Hyde in the fourth inning. Boom, this is it. This is our season right here, boys. We have to win this game. See how it plays out for him. One thing I do know about the future of the Baltimore Orioles, this guy's the pillar of the franchise for the next decade. To sit there and watch him, I know he gets compared to Buster Posey. He should love that comp because that's what he looks like at the plate, behind the dish. I'm talking about Adley Rutschman. This is a special ball player. Just talking about what he's been able to do from the offensive side of the baseball, the on-base percentage, the strike zone discipline, from left, from right, to watch his ABs last night. This is his first at bat. I want to take you through it, okay? Because he eventually ends up striking out on a breaking ball, okay? Gets a heater, middle of the plate, 2-0, misses it, wants that back. 2-2, good breaking ball. 3-2, where are you going right here? He throws him another breaking ball, good pitch. Okay, do you think you're getting him out the same way twice? No chance. He knows you don't want to challenge him. Outside breaking ball, look at the situation, bases loaded. Change up away, breaking ball, breaking ball. You won't beat me the same way twice. Adley Rutschman doubled down the left field line right here for 2 ribbies. Special hitter. The way he controls the strike zone, the way he sets pitchers up, and then to watch him behind the dish block baseballs and call games. Right here, coming out, making a play, pirouette, doing so many things right, fundamentally right, big body, quick, moves right. Just seems like he has infused this entire organization with energy. And to see him work his craft with these pitchers, I know they respect it. So, S-Rod, bring up the board for Adley Rutschman, because he's been up how long? And he's already arguably the best defensive catcher in the game. The metrics support it. Look at him. Defensive runs saved, 16, tied for first with Jose Trevino. Pop time down to second. We had Anthony Recker out here yesterday talking about pop time with Real Muto. He's tied for fourth. He's getting borderline pitches, so he's framing balls up. Percentage of wild pitches, he's fourth. He's blocking everything. He is doing literally everything for this team. So you're seeing that type of maturation, that type of impact, a la Buster Posey. And then kind of one thing I noticed as I was sitting there last night, we could have went into the brawl. We could have went into a whole different bunch of angles. Vlad Jr., let's get into it, because last year he was fighting for a triple crown. We were trying to figure out ways to get him the MVP over Shohei Ohtani. And we were sitting there like he was carrying the Blue Jays offense. We haven't talked about him at all this year. And it's funny, watching him last night, went 0 for 4, not good at bats. That's a bullet up the middle there, grounding out a lot. And I said to Nays, researcher to the Stars, I said, dive in on Vlad Jr.'s metrics for me, because when you look at it at face value, he's got 27 bombs, he's got 81 RBIs, he's got an OPS north of 800. Bring up the board. But he's kind of reverted back to what he was doing in 19 and 20. His on base, 336, very similar to what he's doing now at 344. But this is the big one, right? The ground ball percentage. Maybe he's a smidge late. He's got a lot of moving parts. He's got the toe tap. He's got a lot of stuff going on in his swing. But it's just funny to me. I was saying, we haven't talked about him with the numbers he has, the 27 and 81, the way we have in the past. And it kind of shows up here in the metrics. 45% of the time in 2021, he was hitting the ball on the ground, and now it's up about 6%. So just something that jumped out in the metrics to me as I watched the game with Vlad Jr. See if he gets hot and kind of carries them like Bo Bichette's been.